Oh, shoot. All right, guys, welcome in, welcome in. So, let's bring this a little closer. So today we're talking about how one client literally can change your life, and how one client changed everything for me. Right? They literally, this one client proved the concept. They made it real. So by them, accepting the services and stuff like that, it was like, okay, online money is something that is actually real, right? And so that's what one client real quick could do for you. But I'm gonna break down what this one client did for me, and I'm gonna break down like all the numbers specifically, really, when it came down to it. And so here's the thing. Yes, they provide the proof of concept, right? Number two, I'm gonna go through this real quick, and then we'll dive deeper into it. Number two, serving others, not yourself. That's doing it God's way, right? So by you being of service to people, you're doing it God's way, because you're meant to be of service. You're not meant to be of consumption. You're not meant to consume things. Three was make 10K plus without feeling like you're cheating anyone, because you have value, right? So it's again one, proof of concept, two, serve others, and three, providing value. And the best part is like, just by you being you, and whatever field that you have a specialty in, that's literally where you go ahead and provide the value, right? You don't want to provide value in something that you're not you're unable to provide value in. So I'm gonna break it down real quick. uh, Before we go to that, my name is Emmanuel Velasco, in case you guys didn't know. I've made a bunch of mistakes on the internet, 200 plus $1,000 worth of mistakes of learning lessons. And so through those learning lessons, and I'm really trying to push that to a million, I'm on a mission to help 70 to 100 people learn everything I know from mindset to business and beyond, so that they can each help another 70 to 100 people do the same thing. And the ripple effect of that is more than 51 million lives impacted. So I got a lot of work to do. And so here's the work that is today. But before we get into that, this is not financial advice or anything like that. Just so you're clear, this is my experience, not your experience. Your experience may vary. But let's go into meditations, because this book helps me save face in a lot of different things, if you will. If someone can prove me wrong and show me, keyword show me, my mistake in any thought or action, I shall gladly change. I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone. The harm is to persist in one's own self deception and ignorance. That's how many times I read this thing. It's like I'm starting to memorize it. That's pretty good. Um, Again, it's sealed, because that's the only bar I need, right? And so here's what can one client do for you? Well, they could change the game, right? I already explained like the three basics of it, right? But it's like, imagine people make this whole internet money something of like magic, something of mystery. They make it something where it's like, you have to, in order to make money online, like, you need to do backflips, you need to be athletic, you need to be entertaining, you need to do this, you need to do that. You need to just do the work. That's really what it is. If you outreach to it, like, let's say it like this. If you want to have a girlfriend and you're playing the game, you ask one girl out every year, just one girl. It could be a different girl. Let's say it's a different girl. A different girl every year. How likely are you to find that girl? Well, it might take you like 40 years, 50 years, maybe 100 years, right? And so if you hit 100, the one's the more likely to fall. But if you're just doing one a year, hey, that's going to be a tough time. You're not going to live long enough to get to that proof of concept, if you will. But the more you do, right? Let's say you do 100 instead of in 100 years, you do it in 10 years. Well, that's pretty fast. But what if you could do it in 1 year? Right? What if you could do it in a month or 100 days, right? That'll be better. And so the faster you could prove the concept, which is really by repetition, the better it is, because you're not good at nothing. Like, you need to learn it, right? We weren't good at talking. We learned how to talk. We weren't good at walking. We learned how to walk, right? We had to, the proof of concept when we walked, we didn't know how. We just saw everybody else doing it. And that was our proof of concept. Oh shit, they like everybody's walking. Now I want to walk with them. And so then we got up and we started walking, right? And some of us may crawl first. Some of us may whatchamacallit, may just go straight to walking. So I was one of those ones who said, fuck the crawling thing. I went straight to walking. And so again, proving the concept is so valuable because once you get that first client to say yes, you know for a fact that you could get another person to say yes. Guaranteed. You know that you made it happen once, you can make it happen again, right? It's not like something distance, like you're seeing somebody online. It's like, hey, yeah, I got, 5 clients last week because I did this and you're like, wow, that's fantastic. That's so amazing. Like, I wish I could do that. Well, you got to prove it for yourself. It doesn't matter how many people you see doing this thing until you prove it for yourself. That's when it becomes real. It's still kind of, it's still like, yeah, you believe it, but you don't know it, right? There's a big difference. And so once you know it through your proof of concept, the game changes. And so it's like, okay, that one client, boom, changes the game for you. And it's like, yes, like I know that what I want to provide is valuable. And that's why I'm receiving this money. It's an energy exchange, ultimately, is what money is. And so by, by again, this one client, it helps prove that concept of like, yes, I can make this into a reality. That's with graphic design. I mean, the steps are universally the same. If you like scroll back into a couple of videos I talked about, or yesterday I talked about outreach. And so outreach, it's like the same game. It's a proof of concept. That you hit a lot of numbers, and then boom, magically you got clients. It's like, oh my God, it's literally a magic formula. I don't know how it happens. It's just you got, hey, maybe your number is 10 people. Maybe your number is 100 people. Maybe your number is 1,000 people. But you don't know until you get there, right? And then once you find your metric, that's when the game becomes interesting. Because it's like, okay, it took 100 to get this one. Well, to get another one, in theory, I have to do 100 again to get another one. And then now it's like, okay, every 100 I get one. Every 100 I get one. I just gotta make it to 100. And that's how you could backtrack and be like, okay, based off of, for example, this client, they pay me 24.30. I want to say that's what I equaled out to. That was taxes and the services, right? And so if we break that down, they lasted 5-6 months, right? And so when we break that down, it's like, okay, well, I don't remember how many people I outreach to, but let's say, for example, it's I outreach to 10, right? So we do 24.30 divided by 10. And then so that gives us, so every client that I reach out to is worth $243. So if I keep on outreaching to my 10, I will make it to my full $2,430. Simple as that. But you don't know the math yet because you didn't prove it for yourself. You're just looking at everybody else do it. And you're like, oh, like, yeah, based on what they're doing, yeah, it's going to take me 20 wholesale deals or contracts to get one deal or some shit like that. And it's like, no, it might be different. It could be one for you. You might be that nigga and it's just one. Or maybe you're not him and it takes you 1,000. It all depends on your experience and where you're at. All right, enough of that. By being able to have somebody pay you money, that means that you're serving somebody so well that they find value in what you're doing. So this is doing it God's way because you're not chasing stuff, right? It's like you go into a bar and it's like you're going after the girls. You're like, hey, you got titties. I like titties. Let's fuck. And it's like, okay, how about you have a conversation? Build up the conversation first and then take it to that point. You have way higher likely chance of pulling that girl by having a conversation first than just going up, oh my God, you want to fuck? That's some creepy ass shit. I ain't go front. Like, if you do that, they're going to run away. You're not providing any value. So when you go ahead and build a relationship, you serve people. Like, I know exactly why this client went with me. They didn't go with me immediately. They didn't say like, hey, yeah, this is great. Let's do it right now. They're like, oh, I got a conversation with somebody else. And if that doesn't work out, well, I'll come back to you or whatever. It was something like that. And so for me, the conversation was more about educating my this potential client. And so all I did was educate her. And I was like, hey, You gotta just make sure, like, if the objective is long form, YouTube is pretty good on long form. If the objective is short form, then Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, all these things are more forgiving, right, and whatnot. So I went into more detail, and I could go into more detail about it, but that's a whole nother video for a different day. And so it's like giving her the education about it and really telling her, it was a her, really, explaining things so she understands. So after the call, she got value from it, not just like, oh yeah, you have this project that you got going on. Yeah, just you pay me the money, I'll do it. Yeah, that sounds great. No, it's like, okay, what are you trying to do? Okay, that's what you're looking to do. All right, so based on what you're looking to do, I would recommend using these two because by using these two is more like the objective of what you're trying to accomplish. And then by doing that, you could, again, by making YouTube, you could clip some YouTubes into other content, right? So long form can become short form. And so it's like that's always an easy recommendation. And so based on educating my client, my potential client, it equated to I made a lasting impact. And then when they went on the phone with the other person, they didn't leave that kind of impact with them like I did. And so because of that, because I was just serving, I was like, what you need right now? And I was serving them on the education that they needed. They turned around and were like, hey, here's money, right? Energy exchange. That's all that happened. I gave them my energy, not expecting this person to really buy shit. Like, of course, that's always the objective. It's like, hey, buy shit for me. But if we're not a good fit, we're not a good fit. It is what it is. And so by having that energy, right? And energy is a weird word, but by having that ability to go ahead and talk to this person at their level that they can understand and then give them the information that they need in that moment, it's like the value was immense. So it's like, what, okay, this is what it's like to have this person just having a conversation with me. What is it like to have this person work for me? What is it like for me to pay for this person if he's just doing this like this? That's the question that you want them to pose. It's like, the amount of value that this person is given for free, what does his actual paid shit look like? And so by serving, just serving others, that's what opens the door for opportunity. Another example of this is I was working on my dream car, the Datsun, right? Back when I was working on cars. And so I got this opportunity. Now, mind you, I had it was a Craigslist ad, and I would show you, but again, how this works. But so I had this Craigslist ad, and so this person reached out to me in an email or a text. I forgot which one it was, and so it was very long. That's why I'm like, I don't know if it was an email or a text because it was like an essay. And so he sends me the essay. He says, the location, and I'm thinking, oh, it's in Long Island, right? I was in New York at the time. I was like, oh, it's in Long Island, no big deal. Well, it turned out to be 90 minutes away, right? And so the deal that we made of again, I could have charged him more, but it was like, hey, like it was in shambles. Definitely, the car was in shambles. But I was so excited to work on it, to just like, hey, the opportunity showed itself by me serving all these people before, and then having the ability to put the ad on Craigslist, right? Because people gave me money that allowed me to go ahead and buy the shit. And so because I had that opportunity, it allowed this person to come my way and be like, hey, work on your dream car. And so it was a perfect opportunity for me because in my head, right, this is what I thought. I was like, if I love this car, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna fix it. If I don't love this car, if this is truly not my dream car, I ain't go fix it. And so this is my proof of concept right now, right? Of like, okay, if this is something I enjoy, we'll find out right now before I even buy the car. Because if I buy the car and I'm like, fuck this car, that's a lot of money wasted. But if I'm fixing the car, getting paid for fixing the car, learning more about the car and the details and stuff like that, then it's like, okay, now by serving this other person, right? It instantly serves myself. It's like me actually being selfish by serving this person because now I have deeper insight on my dream car, right? And so that allowed me to expand myself, right? Naturally. It's a yin yang with it, right? If I'm serving others, they're going to serve me. Something's going to serve me, right? All right. Number three. And again, If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment of what you think is going on. Like what you think about the video and stuff like that. But anywho, number 3, make $10,000 plus without feeling like you're cheating anyone. That means you have value. And so how much did I make in the Datsun? I'm going to give you that example. This was one client again in car realm stuff. Well, I made over $10,000 with that one client. They paid me $300 a day, and it had to be over, if you're doing the math, 30 days is $9,000. So I had to be a little over 30 days that I worked on that car. And so I made closer to the 11 mark, really. And so that was that one client is what that person did to me. Now in the online realm, right, this one client, it was over $12,000. Now there's a difference though, right? And let me just make sure that I'm not getting ahead of myself when I talk about this difference, because I want to make sure that I'm not talking about this later. Okay, we're good. But so there is a difference. I think I am talking about this later, so I'm gonna save this for later. But so there is a big difference when it comes to low ticket or high ticket, but that's something that we're going to discuss later. And so there's a multitude of ways to really go about it. You could either go about it and just get a big check, right? One time big check, right? You could go about it spreading out the check, right? Over a year, 6 months or so, a couple months. But if you spread it out a little bit longer, then it's like people tend to consistently pay that. And it's like you're the one who makes the decision to be like, hey, I'm done, instead of them making the decision. So it's like there's multiple levels to it. But by you providing value to somebody and them instantly seeing that and being like, hey, you provided value, I'm gonna just, like, my hats are off to you, I need to pay you. That's the experience you want. It goes proof. Then we have serving others, and then we have providing value. Right? That's the way it goes. Like you got the 3. And it's such a magical spot, if you will, because it's like all you have to do is be yourself, right? Yourself is what sells you. So at the end of the day, with all these videos and stuff like that, if you don't like me, that's great. Don't like me. If you love me, that's great too. I like whatever. But for me, the overall objective here is literally to provide you with value. The proof of concept for me is like when somebody comes and they watch this live or they watch this video back. That's one proof of concept that, okay, at least somebody wanted to know this information. And then again, this is universal, right? I'm hitting all 3 right here in this video. Proof of concept. I'm showing you how this one client changed everything for me, right? And I've struggled many days of, this was a marketing, social media marketing client. And so I struggled many days, many years, right, to get my one client. And then I finally got my one client, and then that changed the game for me, because it was like, oh, this is going back to yesterday. I wasn't outreaching to them in the right platform. It was the wrong platform, and I was outreaching on the wrong platform for years until I realized that, oh shit, my people are not here. My people are somewhere else. And instantly, that month that I did that technique was the month that I got my client, or 2 clients actually. And so again, it can happen so fast, right? As long as you have the right information. And so proof of concept, boom. We'll just go over it one more time before we end this. 1, proof of concept. It proves that one client proves that it's actually possible. What you're doing is actually a real thing. People actually are looking for something like this if you find them, right? 2, serving others, not yourself. It's like when I'm feeding myself all this knowledge that I have back here, all these books and stuff. When I'm feeding myself these books, all I'm doing is like getting myself fat. But then when I take these books and I spill it out to you guys, that's when I'm serving others. So that's when I'm doing it God's way, right? And 3, you can make 10K plus without feeling like you're cheating anybody. And so that means that you're providing value, right? Because ain't no way you're going to get to 10K without providing value. And there's some people who are providing ghost value. Is your value a ghost value, or is your value actual value, right? Because there's scammers out there, right? So we don't want to be in the scammer pool of things. We want to be in the, oh, this guy, he's so good. Let me go tell my friends about it, right? Now one and done type of person. And so that's the key. What can one client do for you? They could change your life. They could change everything for you. They could literally take you from who you are looking to become to who you are, because you already became it. So let that sit in, because again, when it comes to creation, you cannot have creation also creates the necessity for destruction. That's the yin with the yang. So remember, the amount of work that you put in, the groundwork, right? Faith without works is dead, is what they say. So if you have faith, but you're not working on it, it's pointless. So remember, put your work in. Nobody's looking. That's why you need to put your work in. Nobody's watching this right now, right? I had one person, but nobody's watching this right now. So when that one person left, should I just been gone, or should I just keep providing the value because I know somebody's watching this? This is honestly, to tell you the truth, since you guys made it to then, all these videos are really for my sons, for my kids, because this allows me to have something where they could see me, right? God forbid, well, it's inevitable, right? I might be 100 years old, 120 years old, 1,000 years old. Not really, but I'll be old or not. It all depends, right? We don't know what tomorrow brings. But so hopefully we wake up with another day of life, and hopefully you do too. And so this allows me to have my kids see me and have me teach them. So this is the overall objective, is for all these lessons I'm giving to you guys, I'm really talking to them and giving it to them so that they can go back and watch this. They could go back and send their kids this and be like, hey, you remember grandpa? This is what he looked like when he was young. You know, you think grandpa been he just started spitting game? No, he been spitting game for a long ass time. Decades upon decades upon decades. So that's why I'm here. So I could feed this information willingly, right? No, there's no strings attached. You're here, you watch it, you enjoy it, or don't, and you move on. That's up to you. But make sure anything that does speak out to you, you use it. So what can one client do for you? Change your life forever. That one client changed my life forever. So again, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. There is a link in the description box below to join Learn It From the Internet community. It's actually going to be probably a very limited time that's still open, because there's some changes happening in the background. So if you do want to get into that and then be grandfathered into the next thing, make sure you click the link expeditiously, as TI would say, or quickly, as a normal person would say. But until then, I'll see you guys on the next video at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, because I show up every day. And that's it. Peace.